Stealing the show. All right. Who presents this woman to be married today? Will everyone please be seated? Thank you all for joining us at this magnificent venue, perched upon the edge of a continent with the vastness of the Pacific Ocean before us, the journeys of many adventurers began with this inspiration, and today is the beginning of the unified journey of Jessica and Brandon. I am honored that they have asked me to be part of the ceremony. It's a unique gift that they bestowed upon me, and I'm deeply touched. Thank you both. Across nearly every culture, religion, generation, and society, the marriage ceremony is a pivotal moment. It is a moment so prominent that Jessica and Brandon acknowledge its special status by their desire to share this with everyone here who has meant so much to them in their lifetimes. Today is a celebration of love, of commitment, of friendship, of family. We're here to celebrate that despite all of our differences, love is our unifier, our one universal truth that no matter who we are, where we've come from, what we believe, we know this one thing: love is what we're doing right. Jessica and Brandon, that's why you're both here. That's why we're all here. We have all loved in our lifetimes, and in this moment, we're reminded that the ability to love is the very best part of our humanity. All of us here today have our own love stories. Some are short, others long. Some are yet unwritten, while others are just getting to the good part. There are chapters in all of our stories that are sad or disappointing, and others that are exciting and full of adventure. Love is natural. It is our default state that each child embraces wholeheartedly. To love does not mandate an exhaustive effort. It simply necessitates acceptance. Acceptance without judgment or prejudice. Jessica and Brandon exemplify the perfection of acceptance. As many of you know, Jessica and Brandon met at a Memorial Day barbecue at Brandon's house several years ago. Jessica caught wind of the party through a friend of a friend, and after much consternation, she decided to attend with her twin Rachel. However, they inadvertently arrived slightly early, about 2 hours prior to anyone else. This destined meeting laid the foundation of her relationship with Brandon. The initial hours allowed Jessica and Brandon to get to know each other without distractions. Their mutual work in the field of real estate was a common ground to which they could relate. This party, followed by a number of beach days, led way to a blossoming relationship. Just 2 months later, they were traveling together on a trip to Puerto Escondido, Mexico. They say that the best way to truly know someone is to travel with them, and these two have taken that advice to heart. From trips to Mexico, to Kauai, to Maui, Costa Rica, and Santa Barbara, Jessica and Brandon have left their footprints in the sand as they continue to write their adventures. And that brings them here, a time to pause and look back and smile at all the moments that have led them to this point, and a time to look ahead at all the stories they have yet to write. Jessica and Brandon, today you're surrounded by friends and family to share and witness your exchange of vows and embrace the joy of the occasion. A few may have been further enticed by the open bar as well. Feel the love that is present here today, supporting you both as you begin to embark on this new adventure together. I'm here, we're all here, because we want these moments for you. We're here to hope with you, to support you, to be proud of you, and to remind you that love isn't happily ever after. Love is the experience of writing your story. It's not one moment, not even this moment. It's every moment. Big ones like saying, I love you, getting engaged, moving in together, but mostly a million little ones that come in between the big moments. Falling asleep next to one another, taking your dog, Abby, for daily walks, making dinner together, spending holidays with your family, binge watching Netflix shows, getting a big hug when you come home from work, and just being in each other's company. These everyday moments fuse together into one larger experience, and even though this experience is so incredible, words fail us when we try to explain it. That's just the way it is with love. It's meant to be felt, not described, but trying to describe love is one of our favorite pastimes. We use the words that we have to write stories and poems and songs about love. And even though we describe love in different ways, and even though love can look different from one person to the next, we all know it when we see it, and we see it here. We see it when Brandon makes Jessica laugh. We see it in Jessica's nurturing of Brandon. We see it in the way they support each other's individual interests. We see it in their eyes, in their smiles, and the way they hold each other, the way they support each other, and build their partnership into something that is greater than their individual beings. At this point, I would like to invite Luke Winson to share a few thoughts.
Well, surely it's a great honor to be standing up here today. And I was deeply touched when Brandon and Jessica asked me to say a few words at this most epic of occasions. In fact, Brandon requested specifically that I not get too spiritual. So at that, I'd like to offer that the commitment that the two of you stand up here in front of all your family and friends and people who love you and make today is one of the highest spiritual paths and spiritual practices that two human beings can embark upon. And this is good. This is really good. So to expand on what Jerry had to say about love, in this context, love is all about giving. Giving selflessly and completely and continually. And this does not negate our own growth as human beings, as individual human beings. As we navigate the mysteries and magic of life that unfolds being a human, but rather as we grow as separate individuals in relationship with a partner, honoring each other's uniqueness with respect and admiration and compassion and understanding allows for the relationship to grow deeper and to become more and more dynamic. So in this way, by giving our unwavering support through our attention and our love to our partner, without expectation or dependence or demand on our partner for our own happiness, the gift that we receive is a relationship that's in the flow. And this is really easy when things are really good and really easy. But it's when the times get tough that it's vital to remember this message and put it into practice. So, Jessica and Brandon, always remember and remind yourselves how lucky you are to have found one another. This process of giving to each other is always new, it's always now, happening in the present moment, and it's always being born and reborn again and again for us to nurture and to actualize. So congratulations, my love to you both.
Thank you, Luke. Jessica and Brandon, you did not fall in love by chance. Your love may have blossomed during your first encounter, but your love is a product of the effort that you invested. It was and continues to be a choice. You both are choosing each other. You've chosen to be with someone who enhances you, who makes you think, makes you smile, and makes every day brighter. You're about to make promises to each other that you intend to keep. You're going to vow to take care of each other, to stand up for one another and find happiness in the other. There's a simple premise to each of these promises. You're vowing to be there. You're teaming up and saying to the other, every experience I am going to have, I want you to be part of. You are building a unified experience and writing the story of your journeys together. Now, you will read the vows you have prepared for each other. Jessica, please read your vows to Brandon. I'll hold it.
Brandon. Well, here we are at last. It feels like we've been waiting for this moment for so long, and it's finally arrived. There are so many emotions swirling through me right now. Joy, love, appreciation, excitement. I'm so excited to stand here before you now, about to become your wife. When I first met you 3 years ago, that moment on your doorstep, I had this instant feeling that I already knew you. This feeling of overwhelming warmth, this feeling that I was already home. Over this time, our relationship has been the most organic, supportive, and loving that I've ever known in my life. We have the relationship I've always wished for, but unsure I'd ever find. Before you, I had been skeptical that a love like this really existed. I was convinced that it wasn't out there or that it just wasn't in the cards for me. Well, you've proven me wrong, although don't get too used to that. You have proven to me what profound love looks like. You love me when I feel as though I'm on top of the world, and you love me when I'm truly just a hot mess. You support me when I have some crazy idea or when I just need advice. You make me laugh until I literally cry. As I've joked many times, I wouldn't have these abs if it weren't for you. You calm me down when I'm feeling stressed. You always make me feel beautiful, even at times when it's hard to see. You listen to me, even if I just need to vent. You are honest, you are genuine, you are kind. With you, I know where I stand. With you, I just know that you love me without exception. With you, I am still me. So as we stand here now, I want to make some promises to you for our life together. I promise to you that I will be the best person I can be. I vow to assume the best from you. I promise to always be your best friend. I promise to rub your back whenever you're sore. I promise to always let you rub my feet. I vow to support you in any way you need. I promise to always laugh at your jokes no matter how good or bad.
Yeah.
I promise to always communicate with you. I promise to take responsibility for my actions. I vow to love you in the best and worst of times. I vow to love you until we're old and gray, well, until I'm gray.
Wow. Boom. Yeah.
I promise you my unconditional love. It's taken me 34 years to get here and to find you, and it's been well worth the wait. I can't wait to ride this wave with you. Just as you said to me when you asked me to marry you, you're the first thing I think of when I wake up, the last thing I think of before I go to sleep, and I can't imagine living another day without you. I loved you then, I love you now, and I will love you for a million more lifetimes.
Okay, Brandon, will you please read your vows to Jessica?
It's going to be hard to top those. Jessica, you're my best friend, my purpose, my life. There's no combination of words that would accurately describe how lucky I am to have you by my side, both in this moment and every moment that I share with you. You're the most caring, compassionate, empathetic person I know. Your heart is filled with so much love for everything and everyone. And each of our lives are made infinitely better for having your love and your laughter in it. Your love has turned our house into a home and filled it with joy, with comfort, with warmth. Every day that we spend together feels surreal. You have shown me there can be perfection in this world. There's perfection in your beauty, perfection in your smile, your laugh, your embrace. You motivate me to strive for perfection in our relationship, despite my flaws as an individual. As we carry on this journey united as one, I promise to love you unconditionally. I vow to support you, to be your partner, your ally, whether the seas that we sail are weathered or smooth. I promise to make you laugh when laughter is the solution, and to comfort you when it is not. I promise to make you the perfect martini when you need one. I promise to grow with you. I promise to put the interests of us, of our family, ahead of my own self-interests. I promise to dance with you when we're 70 with the same enthusiasm and energy that I do today. And I promise that it will be as embarrassing then as it is today. I promise to work every day to be the man that you deserve. I'd love to stand here today and tell you the story of the moment that I fell in love with you. But the truth is that there's not a moment of singularity. Each day with you continues to redefine what I believe that love is and can be. And I continue to fall in love with you more with each and every moment that we share together. I adore you today and every day that we have yet to write together. And I promise that you will have my unconditional love forever.
May I have the rings, please? Anybody need any Kleenex?
Yeah.
All right. Brandon, do you take Jessica to be your wife, the companion of your heart, and your best friend, to stand united in the face of adversity and bask together in the light of good fortune? Do you promise to love her, comfort, honor, respect, and care for her for the rest of your life?
I do.
And Jessica, do you take Brandon to be your husband, the companion of your heart and your best friend, to stand united in the face of adversity and bask together in the light of good fortune? Do you promise to love him, comfort, honor, respect, and care for him for the rest of your life?
I do.
Brandon, take this ring, you know which one, right? Yeah. And place it on Jessica's left hand and repeat after me. I give you this ring as a daily reminder of my love for you.
I give you this ring as a daily reminder of my love for you.
Jessica, take this ring and place it on Brandon's left hand and repeat after me. I give you this ring as a daily reminder of my love for you.
I give you this ring as a daily reminder of my love for you.
You've both chosen to wear rings as a reminder of these promises. People often say that wedding bands are a perfect circle with no beginning and no end. But these rings did have a beginning. The stones were formed long ago deep within the earth. Eventually, a series of events caused them to rise to the surface. Where they were found, metal was liquefied in a furnace at 1,000 degrees, molded, cooled, and painstakingly polished. Something beautiful was made from these raw elements. Love is like that. It comes from humble beginnings, and through a combination of serendipity and effort, imperfect beings shape it into something extraordinary. It's the process of making something beautiful where there was once nothing at all. as you look at these rings over the years, I hope you remember that. You've created something invaluable, and just as I know you'll protect these rings, I'm confident that you'll protect the commitments you've made to each other today. Okay, are we ready to do this? All right, ready? Okay, here we go. Brandon and Jessica, by the power of your love and commitment and the power vested in me, I now pronounce you husband and wife. Brandon, you may kiss your bride. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my high honor to introduce to you Mr. and Mrs. Brandon and Jessica Price.